What's good, family? Hey, today, man, I want to talk about blackness. You understand? I want to talk about all this. So, if you black, you African. Come on now. Now, I know a lot of y'all black folks, FBAs, you already know. It just, first of all, these Africans that come over here to America, they don't rock with us like that, Now, come on now. I know back in the day, see, when I was growing up, man, it wasn't no Africans around in my neighborhood. They didn't have a community. They didn't have nothing, when I was a little nigga. But, like when I was around, man, I want to say, I don't know, maybe let's just say between 18 and 20 years old, that's when I started to notice Africans coming in the neighborhood. And on my mama, on everything I love, when I first saw some Africans, I was all smiles and love. But they just look at you. They don't fuck with you. They just don't fuck with you. Excuse me. So, okay. I mean, shit. I didn't just take it as Africans don't fuck with us. I just took it as this nigga or this bride right here is on some other shit. But me, what I'm saying? I kept it positive. You know what I mean? I see the next African. I'm like, friendly and shit. They just, it became a pattern. Bottom line. It became a pattern. And I realized finally, like, these Africans don't fuck with us like that. So fuck them. You know what I mean? That's the attitude I took. But, of course I done came across a few here and there that I thought was cool, that I was rocking with. But what I noticed, a lot of them, they think they better than us. Point blank, period. You know what I mean? And I'm just tired of cats trying to force dark skin into an African box. You know what I mean? What's them people, the Bougainville. I might be saying it wrong. Bougainville people from some island. They are black, Negro-like, but, Bougainville people. Yeah, but they have zero African DNA. They black, broad noses, you know what I mean? They straight up black, but they are not African. You dig? And it's obvious. We don't have the same traits, And if we are the same, how come you guys aren't as a group, how come you're not as physically gifted as the FBAs? How come you're not, you don't have that fighting spirit in y'all collectively? I'm talking about collectively. I'm just finding this hard to believe. It's like having a baby or a lady have your baby and hand you the baby and tell you that's your baby. But there's nothing inside you that tells you that that's your baby. You're not feeling the connection. You know what I mean? Disregard my little comparison, but still, I ain't African. Now they'll say, well, your DNA says you're African and wop wop. Okay, so my DNA say I got a little African in me or something, right? First of all, we all derive from Africa. You know what I mean? Second of all, there's people who ain't black who could trace African DNA. So you know what I mean? There's a mixture of the world. But to call me an African, I ain't never been to no Africa. I never grew up knowing no Africans. Ain't no Africans in my family. I don't know nothing about all that. And I just feel like, since y'all want to keep categorizing us, you wanted to make us Afro-Americans, African-Americans, colored folk, this, that, and the third. I feel like I'm just going to call you Europeans, Cave Americans. If you live in Europe, then you're a European, you're a Cave European. You dig? And we're going to leave it like that. I'm going to sign out, no doubt.